Okay. Hello, year 8. So this is your first lesson for this week, okay? And welcome back for this online learning week that we have together, okay? So first of all, I would like you to trace a line from the previous lesson, copy the date, mon pays, and the title, mon pays, and answer the question, which is où habites-tu, meaning where do you live? Okay, you can also add your opinion on this. Remember the rule to say in plus city or in plus country. It will vary. Okay, so I'll let you have a sentence there, write a sentence in your book, and you can pause the video. Okay, so here are a few examples. So if you want to write in plus city, you need the preposition à. So if I say here, j'habite à Paris, I live in Paris. En France, in France. There is en because France is a feminine country. If, however, you want to say, I live in Portugal, which is a masculine country, you would change en to o, as you already know. Okay? And if you want to use a plural country, you will use aux. So therefore, ma cousine habite aux États-Unis is my cousin lives in the United States. Okay? So for this week, we're going to understand vocabulary about where you live. We're going to learn how to make comparisons and practice also the near future tense. Okay. So there's compass points. So we know how to say I live in Paris in France. Now it would be good to write a little bit more in our sentence, extend our sentences, and be able to say I live in the southwest of France in a little village near Bordeaux. That's how you're going to make your sentences a bit more interesting. Okay, so please copy as we go along. So the north is le nord. Le nord-est is the northeast. L'est is the east. Le sud-est is the southeast. Le sud is the south. Le sud-ouest is the southwest. L'ouest is the west. Le nord-ouest is the northwest. Okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes to write this down in your book. Okay. Okay, so to say, I live in the south of France, you will translate into j'habite dans le sud de la France. Okay, you have dans before, and then le sud is masculine, and then you need the preposition de, which is highlighted in red, la France. I live in the northwest of England will be j'habite dans le nord-ouest de l'Angleterre. Okay. I would like you now to copy this, but also to translate the following into your book on your own. I live in the southeast of France. So a few minutes to copy the rest of the slide and translate that sentence, please. The answer was j'habite dans le sud-est de la France. Okay. So now I would like to go into the adjectives which you're going to need to describe the place you live. Okay. So please copy the first column in blue. Okay. And then you need to match up and find the correct translation from the second column on the right. Okay. I'm going to give you a few minutes to copy the first column and try and match up the translation from the column on the right. As an extra, please try and find what the feminine adjectives would be and remind yourself of the rule. Okay, give you a few minutes to do that. Okay, so you must have finished matching up the vocabulary in your book. This is the correction. I'll give you again, you can pause the video to make sure you've got everything correct. Okay. In terms of pronunciation, repeat after me. Désert, peuplé, moche, propre, rural, moderne, pollué, tranquille, vivant, ennuyeux, plat, historique, bruyant, montagneux, pittoresque, urbanisé. So practice this pronunciation. You can go back into the video to do that. Okay. Please now write down the comparisons kind of subtitle, which is the grammar point I'd like to see with you today. Okay. Can you please copy these 3 sentences? Could you highlight or underline, like I did, the moins and the que, as well as moderne, historique, and tranquille, just to highlight the rule. Try and work out what the rule will be to make comparisons in French. Just a reminder, we've done this in year 7, okay, when you were comparing school subjects. Okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes to have a think about what the rule is. Okay, so you should have been writing all of these sentences and highlighting the words that I've mentioned earlier. Okay, so the rule to make comparisons is you need moins, which is less, aussi, which is as, au plus, which is more. Then you need to have the adjective, which is highlighted in red here. You have moderne, historique, tranquille. And then after the adjective comes the little word que. Okay? So l'Est du Sénégal est moins moderne que l'Est de la France means the east of Senegal is less modern than the east of France. The second sentence, le sud de la France est aussi historique que le nord. The south of France is as historical as the north. And the third sentence, l'Algérie est plus tranquille que le sud de l'Angleterre. Is Algeria is more tranquil than the south of England. Okay. So the adjectives, like we just talked about, for the comparisons, is after moins, aussi, au plus. Then we have adjective plus que. Now, if you want to look at the superlative, you need to have le, la, les. Then you have moins, au plus, depending if you want to say least or most, followed by the adjective. So looking at the 2 sentences you have underneath the green box for superlative. L'Afrique est l'endroit le moins pollué means Africa is the least polluted place. Okay. The second one is c'est la ville la plus pittoresque, meaning is the most picturesque town. Okay. So superlative means the most or the least. And what you need is le, la, or les, depending of the noun, whether it is masculine for le, feminine la, or plural les. Then moins for least, plus for most, and then you add the adjective at the end. Okay? Please copy this rule. Also, you have at the bottom a few irregulars. So better than means meilleur que. Worse than, pire que. The best is le meilleur. The worst is le pire. Okay, I'm going to give you a little time. So pause the video to write this in your book. Okay, so you have all these rules written in your book now, including the irregulars. Thank you. Could you now copy these 5 sentences? Okay, and I already put most of it in French. What is in English in the little box? So look at the first sentence. I need you to write down le nord du Sénégal est, and then obviously we've got a little bit of English here, which I need you to translate into French. So less crowded than, and then l'Angleterre. So you need to translate less crowded than, but I want you to write the whole sentence so it makes sense in your book. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to copy these sentences and to translate the bits in English, which is the comparisons, into French. Okay, so here's got the correction. So please use a red pen every time we do a correction, please. Okay. So, le nord du Sénégal est moins peuplé que l'Angleterre, which is the north of Senegal is less populated than England. Le sud de la France est more picturesque than is plus pittoresque que le Luxembourg, meaning the south of France is more picturesque than Luxembourg. Marseille est less historical than is moins historique que Rome. Toulouse, c'est la ville la plus urbanisée. So here we have a superlative, and the reason we have an extra E at the end is that cities are feminine, always feminine. And you can see this, Toulouse, c'est la ville. La ville is the town, which is feminine. Therefore, the adjective urbanisé needs to agree when we add an E usually for the rule of the adjective. Okay, so Toulouse is the most urbanized town. And the fifth sentence, Montpellier est la ville, and then the least boring, la moins ennuyeuse. Remember the rule of the adjective. When it's EUX, sorry, you need to change to EUSE. Okay. And then for the extension, if you need to do the extension, Marseille est plus brillante que Bordeaux. Okay. Again, we need to agree the adjective by adding an E to brillante. And l'ouest de la France est l'endroit le plus plat de la France. Here is a superlative. I'll give you sometimes, you can pause the video to update your correction. Okay. Okay, so I would like now for you to copy this small paragraph, okay, and translate it into English. So again, I'm going to pause the video, or you can pause the video as well to do this in your own time. I'm going to read it out to you so you know what everything sounds like, okay? En ce moment, j'habite dans le sud-est de la France, dans un petit village près de Marseille. Je l'adore car c'est moins pollué que Paris. Par contre, c'est le village le plus désert de la France. Okay, so you can pause the video, copy the text, and translate it in your book into English. Okay, so this is the correction. So I would like you to use a red pen and copy the whole paragraph, even if you have a few mistakes only. Okay, the reason being is I would like you to have a completely correct, 100% correct paragraph, so you make sure that you know what means what from the paragraph that you copied previously. Okay. Okay, so this is the end of the first lesson that you have this week. Please post a picture of your work via the assignment, and will be available, your teacher will be available during the time of the lesson that's left. Okay, if you have any questions via Google Classroom. Okay, thank you very much.